Hello. Today I want to recreate this drawing. I showed it to you on one of my shorts and it gained a little bit of traction. And I thought that you guys liked it. So I thought would be a great idea to recreate it in one of my long form videos. So here we go. And I will speak while drawing and show you what I've done and how I created this drawing. So let's go. I'm using 4 pencils. They are all Faber-Castell Polychromos. That's a brand I always use, but I don't know any other brands. I didn't test any other brands, so that's just what I use, and I'm quite happy with the colors. This is Earth Green 172. This is Light Magenta 119. This is Light Red Violet 135 and Cobalt Blue Greenish 144. But you can use any colors you like. And I'm going to use sketch paper. This is from Hahnemühle, but you can use really any paper you've got at home. This is also not the best paper here, so yeah, just use what you have. Okay, let's go. This original is called Fearlessness, and I started it in September 24, so that's quite a while ago. Fearlessness. I always try to draw my feelings, and yeah, I don't really remember why I felt fearless, but I think it's a good thing to feel fearless, and I think that this drawing also shows it because it's quite strong. I'm so sorry if I can't simultaneously draw and talk. I'm not a native English speaker, if you didn't know this. I'm from Germany, but if I make any mistakes, that's not AI talking, so that's a real person here. Okay, let's start. It's a very easy composition because it's symmetrical, and I'm drawing a really thin middle line. And then I'm going to start with the big leaves on the sides. I always use a light color to start. And then in the middle, like that. And then I try to be quite symmetrical with it. It's so cool. I love to draw these big shapes. I don't know why, but it gives me a good feeling. And I think this drawing, it looks like an architecture form. It's called brutalism, and I also think that's quite cool. So yeah, I like this drawing too, and it's supposed to be symmetrical, but I'm going to be a little bit not symmetrical like that. This is another shade because I want to make it more interesting, because yeah, we can use a little imperfection here and there because perfection is boring, so we try to use that and not to be too perfect. Okay, this leaf is too short, but that's okay. It's okay. We are allowed to make mistakes here, you know. Drawing is supposed to be fun. This is also not that symmetrical. I think I like this leaf better, but that's okay. This is like the ugly little twin. Okay, and now the middle part. I'm working on a project where I draw 1000 weird flowers, and this is quite a weird one, I have to say. There's a leaf in the middle. It looks like this. So somehow like that, and then there's another leaf behind it, and it gives this flower like a really nice 3D effect. Okay. Good. And then have this. I don't know how to call it. What's that? There's the background of the big leaves, I guess. A little bit like that. Hey, here we go. And they meet in the middle. I'm not used to this kind of drawing videos. In the past, I tended to just draw and not talk. And yeah, let me know if you like this kind of videos. Because I'm still in my experimentation phase on this channel. Yeah, but I would really love to know how you like it. Okay, let's go. Now I'm filling in the shapes, starting with a strong line and then with a little bit of softer color. I'm always using another piece of paper for my hand because I don't want to smudge the piece of artwork I have been already working on. That's just how I do it. You can do it however you like. I'm noticing that the choice of paper makes quite a difference because on the original my lines are very soft, and on this paper I use now the lines are not that soft. They're a little bit rough because this paper has a lot of structure to it, and I'm not sure if I like it, but it's okay. Yay. And here's also a little bit of that light magenta. Okay. Now starting with the light red violet, and it's quite present here in the middle. The original has really strong contours, so I'm going to contour it by using more force, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. With more power in your pen, maybe. Oh, the sun comes out. The Sunday. I already have been drawing for an hour. I drank an espresso and now I'm quite hyped up. I drank an espresso with pistachio cream in it and it was so good. I highly recommend it. I'm still in my pajama. So it's really, really comfy and that's how I love to spend my Sundays. Just to draw. Usually I listen to a podcast in the background or an audiobook. And I don't know about you, but I love to draw. Sorry. I love to draw when I was a kid. And then I didn't draw for a while at all. And I feel like I'm celebrating my childhood self if I use that time on Sundays just to draw and connect with that little child in me drawing by being super cozy, no pressure. What I love about drawing. And some time ago I started this crazy project where I draw 1000 weird flowers. And yeah, that's really nice. I love it so far because it's a long time project and it forces me a little bit to sit down and draw on a regular basis. And it also makes me not think about it because usually in the past I never knew what to draw. Everything felt boring. I had no idea what to draw, and now I don't think about that. I just sit down and draw a weird flower. And usually I try to draw my feelings. Like I said, this is called fearlessness. So I felt fearless in that moment and tried to show it by drawing. And I think I did a good job because it's a strong composition and big shapes, big strong shapes, and also these big leaves that, in my opinion, it looks like they are protecting this middle part, which is a good thing. I like it. Okay. Now I'm focusing on the middle part a little bit, mixing the colors together. And by mixing these colors I get a cool effect because it gives the artwork so much depth. And by trying to draw with a lighter or more powerful touch, I can also create this gradients. And I'm drawing this little butt behind the leaf, and I'm starting with the lighter color again with a strong contour and softer strokes towards the middle. And I always try to recreate the shape with my strokes, make it look more round. Gives this a little bit of 3D effect. So this was the lighter color, and now I'm going in with the blue. I love this color. And it goes so well with the other three. And I use it like a shadow, but it is like a really light shadow, and it I don't know, has also something powerful to it, I guess. I love this color. It's a really cool shadow. And I never use black for shadows. I always try to use a complementary color. Like if you have blue, it's on your color wheel. You just look at the color what's on the other side, and the complementary color to blue is red. And we have like this violets here. So it's not quite the complementary color, but in the right range. I hope it makes sense. I'm not an expert on the color wheel or color theory. I just tried it once and it made sense to me, and now I'm just using it, but not in a really theoretical way. Just have fun with it, you know? I know you can study art and it has all these theories, but I'm a hobby artist, do it in my leisure time, so I really don't expect to do everything right. And now I see that I missed a color. I need another blue, lighter blue. I use this. It's Sky Blue 146. And I'm going to put it here. Just mixing the light magenta with the sky blue. Then a little bit. Okay, and now to the big part, the big leaves. Going in with the liquid violet. This is the main color of the leaves. And drawing with big strokes. And I think it's okay if the strokes are visible. And what I'm doing here is I'm using the shape as a guide. And I will leave this space free. Okay, here we are. My mobile phone didn't work anymore, so I had to take a little break. The memory was full and the battery low, so I switched to my very old iPhone. And now you can see it's a different shot. You get the detail perspective now. I hope you like it. In the break, I drew this big leaves and I left out these triangles. They are like highlights, and usually it's in a drawing where the eyes go. The eyes always go to the point that's very light. So I think it's a nice touch to just leave it out. And if you draw in the background and everything, then this will really grab your attention of the artwork and gives it a nice little touch, I think. Okay. Now I'm using the light green again. Yeah, 172. And I'm starting to fill in this small leaves. I just love how the pens sound on the paper. I don't know why, but it has such a calming effect on me. Maybe because I did it when I was a child. I hope you can hear it. Or maybe the ticking of my clock in the kitchen. I really don't like this structured paper. It gives it a rough touch. Yeah, next time I'll use another one, but it's okay. We experiment and we learn. Nothing is perfect. It's just all a topic of, does it give me a good energy or joy or not? And this is the main function of my drawings. I always try to feel if it brings me joy. And if it doesn't, I'll just toss it. I once did a workshop with kids, a drawing workshop. And there I told them to just toss their artworks if they didn't like it, or if it didn't give them pleasure or joy. And they had so much fun tossing their artworks and jumping on them, jumping on the paper. It was so nice to see. It had like a relieving effect on the kids. But in the end, they also had a lot of artworks that brought them joy. So there was a good balance, I guess. Okay, that's the little leaves now. And now I will bring more blue to the big leaves. I love that, to bring more depth. I can't pronounce this word. It's really hard to say for me. But to mix the colors, it makes a really nice effect. I love it. Yeah, I already said that I really love this blue. Wow, look at that. I love it. I always draw from imagination. So that means I have no real flowers as references. And I don't overthink where to put shadows, where to put highlights. I just decide it as I go. And sometimes the drawing decides. There's this really cool effect a lot of creative people talk about. At sometimes their projects decide where it goes. And I think that's so nice, to just let go of control, and also let the project decide. A lot of authors talk about this. I know that Stephen King talked about it in his book, in his autobiography on writing. It's called On Writing, and he describes this effect. And besides authors, there are also artists who described this effect that sometimes the project or the artwork tells you in a way where it wants to go, or yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. You have maybe a plan, but then you do something else and it turns out to be so much better than you planned. And I think if you read a novel, your characters just suddenly become alive and just say whatever they want, and this is a really cool feeling, I guess. Yeah, I really believe that there's something magical about being creative. Liz Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love, talks about it in her book Big Magic. And the music producer Rick Rubin also talks about it. Yeah, so there are a lot of people and a lot of proof for it, if you need proof. It's not only me. Okay, so here we are. Okay, I want to go in with a lighter magenta. And burn a little bit. Burn this color. It's called burning if you use a lot of pressure on your pencils. So the paper almost gets saturated with color, and that makes it very vibrant. I didn't know this effect. In the beginning, I always drew very softly and very lightly. Maybe I was not fearless enough, I guess. The iPad is shaking a little bit on my table. This video production is very messed up. But it's okay, I guess. If you don't like that, you can go on and watch some AI generated content. Hey. And maybe this video has a mind of its own and just wanted me to show you some details. So I just let go of my perfectionism and go with the flow. Just let it be. I think we put a lot of pressure on us in this society and our daily lives. But in my creative habits, I don't really need that pressure. I want to be just joyful and accept these imperfections. Because if you want to strive for perfection, that's the fastest and easiest way to be blocked. And I don't need more stress in my life. I think we can all use a little more joy and childish wonder and childish play in our lives. Yeah. Now I'm doing the background. Whoopsie. And what I do is I will draw like a little magenta halo around it, around the middle. It's like an aura, like that. And blue at the bottom. And there I draw really lightly, not in strokes, but almost in circles. So we can't really define any strokes. And I will go over it with other colors so it will all blend beautifully. I hope so. I hope so, you never know. Oh, this is too much. I don't like that. I used acrylic paint before, so my fingers are a little bit dirty. So it already looks like it has a nice background. I like that. Now I go in with a light blue, sky blue, 146. Also in circles, blending these colors together. And the paper structure becomes very visible now. Okay. I had no script today, so I was just explaining what I was doing and just said whatever came to my mind. I don't know if you like that. Please let me know if you made it this far, if you liked it. Now I'm using the green, the light green, to blend the bottom of the artwork. And maybe you can see what I meant before. If you have the color in the background, now the light shapes really pop. It's like an highlight. And I guess that's it. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments. Bye, see you next week.